Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Talk About It Tuesday with your favorite host, B. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And it's your girl D. It is Tuesday, May the 24th. Okay?
Yes, 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 yes.
2022 to be exact. Just coming right on down with it. Come on with it. How y'all
Yes,
doing?
yes. And we actually have had 5 Tuesdays in this month. So we got one more Tuesday to go before we jump right on over to YouTube only. Make a note of that, people. And that's also going to be the same month of Juneteenth. I can't wait. We're
No,
going to
we
celebrate our beautiful, bold blackness all month
didn't.
of next
Absolutely.
month.
Oops.
I recognize that sound.
Hmm.
Very lovely, very lovely.
By yours truly, if y'all need some beats or something, y'all get at Brandy. She do a little bit of, I don't know anything that she doesn't do. So
I
you
don't
just
do hair.
ask her. She
I don't,
don't do hair,
mm-mm.
okay? But with this media stuff, y'all get into it. And first of all, before we even get any further, I want to thank Brandy and her team as well as everyone who helped make my mom's surprise 50th denim and pearl tea what it was. She has been ranting and raving and raving and ranting about the 360. She thought she was having a whole photo shoot, and boom, the girls pop out from the back. Shout out to Chanelda
Boom.
for letting us use her venue, but they had fun on the
Yes,
360. They looked fantabulous and they had a good time.
yes. Shout out to Mama D. We love you, Mama D. Babe, I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm talking about 50 and straight fabulous, honey.
Okay?
I'm talking about looking real good, honey. That's how you do it. When you take care of yourself, when you got your mental intact with your life, you're
Yep.
good to go. You're good to go. You have progression around you.
Facts.
Speaking of progression, like she said, yes, we have 360 photo booth available now. Thank God. God is really moving. We also have some other things just coming up next Thursday. No, not next Thursday.
This
Actually, this Thursday, which will be the 26th, we are airing the first episode of You Won't Believe What I've Been Through, starring Mr. Darrell Patterson, aka Egypt, where he talks about how he battled an addiction. And it's a really compelling story, and it's to actually help other people who may be in that same position that need somebody to talk to. But all the information will definitely be in the video. If you know someone who would like to tell the story, reach out to myself or D, and we definitely gonna make that happen because
for
we at
sure.
this point we moving for the people, by the people.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, seems like we need to just go ahead and what?
Get
Get
into
into
it.
it.
We
Let's
got
do
some
it.
comments over here. Got Sister Yolanda, blessings on blessings. Good evening.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
Shanita.
Yes, 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 yes. Two of my favorite people popped in. Let's get it, y'all.
Okay, we got Baby D. What's going on,
Baby
girl?
D in the building. Hey, y'all.
Oh, and we got none other than the lovely Miss
Oh,
Bobby.
hey, Miss
She's
Bobby.
sitting in the front, okay?
Yes, yes. We appreciate you, Miss Bobby.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys. So let's get into these topics because there are some things going on in this world that we definitely need to address. And the first one is going to be boom, none other than the monkey pox. Are y'all ready for this?
Let's get it.
Whew, child, let's do it. What is monkeypox? It is a rare disease that is caused by infection with a monkeypox virus, a virus that belongs in the orthopox genus in the family of Poxvidae. Okay, now look, this stuff is scientific, but this I'm gonna put it in your ear just so you can understand it. It also includes variola virus, which causes smallpox, um, a virus used in smallpox and Qpox virus. So, with that being said, this is a collection of viruses, right? Okay. How is it spread? It is transmitted from one person to another person by close contact with lesions, body fluids, respiratory droplets, and contaminated materials such as bedding. The incubation period is usually 6 to 13 days, but can range from 5 to 21 days.
Wow.
Okay. Now I have more information, but let me bring this picture up right quick, guys, because y'all know I love to share, so you guys can understand where we're coming from when we're giving you this information. Okay. Because it's actually gross if you ask me, honey. So if you look right here, this is a microscopic image of the virus. Okay. This is it. All right. Now let's take a look at how it looks on the skin. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this stuff on the news, but let's take a look at how it looked on the skin. Um, which to me, once again, is gross. Uh, I don't like how it looked, but we got to show y'all so y'all can understand what we're dealing with. All right, do y'all see that? Y'all
Mm.
see that? Y'all see them big, humongous, look like pus bumps?
Right, I was gonna say almost resemble like a wart.
Yes, yes. And let's scroll on down. This is some hands. Um, this is someone in the UK. Um, but yeah, you see this person right here. All right, so let's get into a little bit more context of this situation. Um, what do we know? Um, a lead advisor to WHO says it can be traced back to a random event that appears to have been caused by sexual activity at two recent raves in Europe, specifically Spain and Belgium. Okay. It has previously been an epidemic in animals, not widespread past Africa. All right. Now, on the news, if y'all been paying attention, they have been kind of saying that this disease has to do with gay males at this point. They well, I ain't gonna say they're saying it has to do with gay males, but what they're saying is they're ringing the alarm to gay males because this is where they're seeing the most activity. Okay. So as I'm doing research about the smallpox, to me it just sounds like a newer version of HIV. I mean, think about it. They talk about the droplets and you bed
Transmissions.
covering and the transmission through sexual activity and stuff like that. So it's basically like if somebody sneezes or cough and them droplets get on you, you can get
Boom.
it. You know, and it's rather gross. Okay, and it says close contact with the lesions of someone infected and sexual contact has amplified transmissions, said Dr. David Heyman, who formerly headed WHO's emergencies department. Authorities are investigating possible links between recent gay pride events in the Canary Islands, which drew some 80,000 people in cases at a Madrid sauna. Okay, now let me give you the street term for that, a bathhouse where people meet up and get busy. Okay, that's what that's boiling down to. So at this point in time, I'm gonna have to say that people need to be more cautious in the things that they do. And I'm trying to figure out how in the world did this get spread from an animal to a human? Because this is a real thing. It kind of sounds like the same situation where they talked about HIV/AIDS, where they said a monkey had it first, and then it transmitted over to a human. So please tell me that humans ain't doing ungodly things with animals. What y'all think? I mean, this is
Um,
my research that I found out, but what y'all think? Because that's what it made me think.
yeah. But I agree, and it seems like Sister Yolanda got the same question, so I think everybody's on the same page with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really turned off by the undertones of the narrative, but we just being real here. That's what it sound like. If it looked like a duck, walk like a duck, and quack, it's probably a duck. And Yolanda says, I was thinking that they were trying to make it seem that way because they kept stressing the gay and bisexual men were the ones reporting the cases. Well, at least they are the ones actually going to the doctor.
And another thing, like at this day and time, we got to be cautious when it comes to sexual activity. Like Joe said, I don't want to be a player no more. Let's stop trying to be a player and just want to come back. There's too much stuff out here,
I
baby.
don't want to be a player no more.
I'm
Okay.
for real. Like, bruh, like it ain't safe to be a player no more. Okay? It just ain't safe to be a player no more. It's just too many diseases out here. We're gonna dedicate a show to sexually transmitted diseases. How y'all feel about that?
Absolutely. We're going to
Because
have fun with that.
yeah, because people need to know about this stuff, and I think they take this stuff for granted. You know what I'm saying? To me, I mean, I want to live a good, healthy life, and one night of fun just ain't enough for me to just say, "Hey, I'm finna die having this fun." It just
One
ain't
night to
enough.
change your life.
Yeah, and I don't think it's talked about enough. People get so caught up in a corner and quiet like a church mouse when it comes to that type of talk. Sexual activity is a real thing in humans. So let's be real, baby. I'm 43 years old, baby. We is not finna act like I can't say sex. Okay?
Because
Let's be
people are
real
doing
now.
it. Look, people are doing it. Okay.
Yeah, and they're doing it at very young ages. And I feel like if we teach our youth more about the subject, they will know how to handle a situation when it comes to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if you got old nasty Mister Bob down the street, he been watching little Clarice since she was 5, and soon as she reached 10, 11, he started doing these ungodly things, and she don't know nothing about what's going on. She trusts this person.
Yeah.
See, we got to teach our children, baby, that wait a minute, baby, that ain't right. That's your
Exactly.
personal space, baby. So we got to clean this thing up, y'all. It's real bad out here, in my opinion. But back to the subject at hand, this monkeypox. What y'all think about it, my people? What
Sunshine
y'all think about it in the
says,
comments? Because they're
then they kept saying it was sexual,
oh
yet
yeah, and they saying they're gonna use they got a vaccine that they're gonna use that they did for smallpox that they're gonna use for this monkeypox. Okay, so maybe there is some form of safety for it, but as right now, it's looking kind of shaky, y'all.
and Sunshine says they kept saying it was sexual, yet it was droplets or even a contact precaution virus. They need to be clear so people can be properly safe. Absolutely, because too many, blurred lines, nobody will never know anything. Hey, Miss Marjorie.
Hey, MGB, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in.
And Sunshine says the topic of sex and sexual activity in proper terms is taboo. Talking about it with all kinds of vulgarity is the norm. I
Yeah.
do agree. It's all in the songs and everything that the children listening to.
Oh yeah.
They
Most
also
definitely.
said they are creating a new drug for it too. Well,
Well, we shall see.
that's interesting because even the process with medication, it takes time for it to be approved and time for trials and all that stuff. So let's see what's really gonna go on.
Exactly. With that being said, I'm just gonna have to say that this monkeypox is not nothing new under the sun. The animals, the monkeys, been having it. So once again, how did the humans grab a hold of the monkeypox? Like, bruh, somebody tune in from over there and tell me what happened. Did somebody inject somebody with it? I mean, I don't know. And then, another thing, let me bring out this narrative. Quit going over there messing with them animals that's exotic. You don't want them thing could scratch you, and then there it is.
And
There it
don't
is.
drink the water. Don't drink the water because even with even different levels, someone from over there may not be able to come over here and drink water because different purifications and levels of iodine and whatever they're using to keep the water clean, all that good stuff. Get you some water from the store. Don't be going over there drinking. I don't even drink tap water at my own house. Just go get you some water.
Facts. Facts, because we don't know what's in the water at this point in time. Um, I just advise you not to drink out of the tap water. And the reason why is because things are so shady and there's so many gray areas when it comes to cleanliness and trusting our beautiful beloved government that I just say take precautions in everything you do. Do the best you can in everything you do, even the food. Mm-hmm. Yes. But I just don't know, y'all. We're gonna have to keep watching with this monkeypox situation because it's definitely real. Humans have it. Okay. So let's keep it moving right along with the next subject. Are y'all ready for this one? Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade. All right. So I figure when I give out this information, I would start off with just letting the people know exactly what Roe versus Wade is, because even though it's being talked about, some people may not actually know exactly what it is. Okay. So what is it? It's 410 US 113. Okay. It was a landmark decision on January 22nd, 1973, when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the Constitution of the United States protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. Okay? Now, if this case is overturned, legal abortion will be up to each state, meaning in Alabama, the legislative beings at hand will say, hey, we don't want y'all to be able to do it. So you can't do it. It's illegal here now. So if a woman wants to have an abortion, she's going to have to go way, way, way somewhere else. Okay. To do that. She's not going to be able to do it here. Okay. That's just the facts. If they decide that, if Senate decides that. Also, 26 states are expected to ban or restrict access to abortion, because what we do know is that the paperwork was leaked from the White House, which, y'all, look how long the United States have been the United States, and nothing has ever been leaked from the White House. Like, what are y'all doing at this point? Are y'all even paying attention, or are y'all on y'all phones? What's going
Whatever they
on?
want to do up in there.
Whatever they want to do up in there. Um, and clinics are preparing for surges in neighboring states. Um, well, we did have a guest to pop in. I guess she popped back out. All right, maybe she'll come back in. Um, Also, the leaked documents have shown that the United States Supreme Court is likely to overturn this decision, which meaning it's more than likely this is going to happen, y'all. Like that, they are. Look, I said I don't even know what this is all about from the get go, but um, going back and forth in conversation with Miss Sunshine, she had a very interesting perspective on the situation. But anyway, the effects of restricting the abortion care. Are y'all ready for this? Riskier abortion practices by pregnant women. Women will be forced to choose to self manage an abortion. Means the basements is open, honey. Lulu down the street is finna be doing them for $20 each, baby. That's what this is.
That's something very dangerous because you know what I'm saying? You don't know what type of cocktail procedure, medication, all that, and you're risking your life.
You're risking your life, just like with them BBLs
Yeah.
and them injections that these women like to go to the basement and get. Baby, K. Michelle got a very interesting show, honey, where a lot of people have went through a lot of situations when it came to getting their body back from having those type of situations to go
Hmm.
on. How you doing, Miss Sunshine? We have put you in on it. Do you have something to say about this Roe versus Wade situation?
First of all, blessings on blessings to everyone that can hear me. I hope y'all had a day that our spirit deserves.
Bless.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes, we can
so,
hear you very well.
okay, thank you. Also, on the topic of Roe versus Wade, there is so many intricacies involved when it comes to overturning it. It doesn't just mean that women are losing like their autonomy to like their uterus. It could also mean we lose our like bodily autonomy to everything government involved. Force vaccines, force this, force that. They can force you to do most of the things when they strip you of your right to bodily autonomy. Like
Okay.
the vaccines they were talking about with this monkeypox situation. If they create a new vaccine that is government mandated, you no longer have the option to say, I'm not going to take this vaccine. You're going to get it regardless. All the anti-vaxxers, you're going to get vaccines, you and your children. So it's like it's a whole big disgusting slippery slope that the government is doing right now. You see, with that one hand, they were worried about one thing when they were really trying to overturn like your rights or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just
Hmm.
about it versus weight situation. Oh, and also, I don't mean no harm. However, Black, brown, indigenous, BIPOC women have been fighting in this fight for proper health care in regards to abortion, um, safety when we're actually in labor, postnatal care,
This is
proper
true.
medications, doctors, all kinds of things. We have been fighting this fight for decades by ourselves.
This is
And
true.
the only reason it has become a true issue is because it is now at the feet of white women. So, as a Black woman that has been in the forefront of fighting for proper reproductive rights for all women, I'm going to sit this one out.
And you have every right. And I definitely understand what you're saying about that. Boy, I tell you, it's a hard decision because at the end of the day, we will be affected regardless, but we're affected anyway. So I
Period.
definitely understand where you're coming from. Let's get into a little bit more information about this Roe versus Wade, and we can definitely have more conversation when it comes to it. The Turnaway study found that people denied an abortion had a nearly 4 times greater chance of being below the federal poverty level. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like black and brown people, but I'm just saying, let's be real. Let's go with a few more facts. More likely to stay in contact with a violent partner and ultimately raise the child alone. 3 times likely to be unemployed. Can be associated with higher levels of anxiety and depression. And the burden falls mostly on Black and Latino communities due to redlining and systematic racism in housing practices. Look how much this one situation is a domino effect for other situations. So, is it our fight or not? We
It's
kind of
been,
been fighting for this for a long time anyway. We still been fighting for these same situations. But go ahead, Miss Sunshine.
I mean, it's been our fight. And you have to understand a lot of people that are seeking abortions actually don't have access to proper reproductive care. They don't have access to birth control. They don't have insurance. More often than not, they are the working destitute, the working poor. They already have children and they are unexpectedly pregnant. So then they have to equate another child into the fold of their already working poor household. So why restrict them to that access?
Exactly. And another fact that I want to bring up that a lot of women will be forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy, which will and can turn into child abuse, child neglect, infant death, etc. And y'all know we have talked about these type of stories on the show. Like, don't force a person to throw away a human being when you don't have a right to a person's body, especially a female. A male don't have a right to a woman's body. And, nobody has a right to nobody's body because you don't have a heaven or a hell to put nobody in.
Right.
Like this person has to make a decision for themselves and they got to live with their own decision. So I don't understand how these lawmakers are sitting up here making all these laws when y'all haven't made one law for the men. Like,
At
y'all
all.
ever heard of vasectomy? You ever heard of that?
It's the patriarchy. Men have no, okay, if we want to be honest, men have truly no real control over anything. So they have to gain control. Look at how they gain control of countries and nations and things. This thing wasn't stolen by a group of women, it was stolen by a group of men. So they have to garner their control over beings. Women are considered the lesser and the weaker. They're able to be very manipulative. You know what I'm saying? You can manipulate them as such. So it's easy to control them, and they are affected by patriarchy and supremacy. When used to being controlled, they're easily controlled. The men think, well, it's my property too. It's like you're not housing the baby. You're not carrying this child. You're not feeding it. You're not going to possibly die giving birth to it. So it's not your right to say what wants about my body. So that's another thing.
You know, it's kind of crazy that they would even revisit this whole situation after so long. Like, I'm still conflicted. Um, Now, Sunshine brings something interesting to the forefront was having a situation, and she was saying about the theory. Yeah,
Theory. White people in this country are so very fearful of becoming a minority. There are more interracial relationships, more white people mingling with black, brown, indigenous people. So the actual quote unquote white race is becoming a minority. Now, the most of the populations that are having the abortions don't look like me and you. They are the people that they need to have the children because they are the people that house and grow the people that believe in replacement theory. So they breed these men that believe in these things of white supremacy. So they need them more because they are losing their ground. And more white people are becoming awakened to the fact that they are very racist, not even inherently, but subconsciously. So they are turning away from the racist ideologies that really make up the country. So the more white people that turn against the white supremacy, that means more people they need to indoctrinate into the supremacy, which means they're trying to force these white women to have these babies so that they can indoctrinate them as they have been doing since the beginning of time. That's just my theory on the situation.
well, I agree with you 100%. At the end of the day, because there is a generation out there that's over it. They over the white supremacy. They over the racism. They over all of the foolishness. And another thing that we also talked about earlier is the fact that these people want little babies. So they want these women to have these children, not want them so they can end up in the system so they can get adopted.
Yeah, they don't want children, they want infants. The hundreds of thousands of children that are in the system that they have already forced countless women to have aged out of their ages of cuteness. And I can do this and do that and make them they're so pretty, and they're out of their cute stages and they're actually full-fledged people. So
Yes.
they make them into who they want them to be. So there's a list. I want them to publish that list. And every person on that list waiting for an infant, you can have a child instead. Here you go. The stork has arrived. Have a good day. Truly,
So
you're waiting for an infant while you have countless children in the system that are being abused, neglected, unloved, and uncared for. What about those kids that you force women to give birth to? You no longer care about them because they're here? Is that why you don't care anymore? They're here, they're breathing, they're functional, they're thinking, they can speak for themselves.
And know what's going on.
Exactly. Discern things. They don't want people that have the power of discernment. They want people that they can indoctrinate with their
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah, with their stuff.
okay, so I just want to take a quick moment to say, hey, hello to my father. He's listening too, Mr. Tip Brown. Also, I want to give a shout out to my cousin, Miss Monica Deneen Wilson Blair. She says, "Hey, family,"
Hello.
and listen, this is a heavy subject, y'all. We it's a lot more to go into, and we're gonna get into it because at the end of the day, that's what we do. We don't get on our platform afraid to speak about different situations. And I definitely agree with both of you ladies. Like it's really a situation to me that's just like when you bury somebody, let their soul rest in peace. I feel like y'all are jugging and jabbing at something that should have been closed and left alone, just
It's
like it
plenty
has.
other things that could be addressed right now. Like, I don't even know. Is it on the docket with the grocery store man getting one count of murder?
Oh,
No,
It's not.
that,
So I mean, that's something that
oh,
could be addressed. How do you can kill 10
oh,
people but get one count of
oh.
murder?
Can
you're
I
right.
can, I-
You're
can I
right.
tell you about that? Can I tell you something about that, Destiny? Really? That one count is a special circumstance count. That one count of first degree murder entails all 10 bodies. It's a case of special circumstances, and they're looking to. I don't know why they're looking to do this.
Ain't nothing special about it to me. It
No,
really pissed me off.
it pissed me off. And when I first looked at it, until I actually looked in it, and I talked to my daddy who works in law enforcement. When you have a one charge for a multitude of people, it's like it's a charge of special circumstances, and they tacked every charge on. Like if you get like say you get like 25 years for one person, you kill 10 people, you get those 10 years for those 10 people. Like it's all one charge lumped into one, and they're also looking to tack on a hate crime charge as well. Why they're looking to do it when it's perfectly evident that was the rationale with his manifesto and all the people that he killed is beyond me. However, they're just looking. It's a one count special circumstance with a look to hate crime. That's what that is.
And I read that, but it still didn't make, you know what I'm saying? It didn't
It,
make
it,
sense to me.
it doesn't make sense. You have look into the statutes of the crimes with special circumstances. Look up what it means to have those charged with special circumstances, and you'll understand what that means.
And
I only
This
also,
know
is this is the special circumstance right here.
yeah, well, yeah, it is also it's it's a lot to try to explain. It really is. There have been a lot of cases with special circumstances like that black man that murdered that picked up and raped and murdered all those women who was of a black person. He got a crime of special circumstances that involved that one crime, but involved all the women that he killed. So it's a lot involved in that.
and this is another fact that I wanted to bring up about the monkeypox as well. But Sunshine made this. She said, "We all know monkeypox has been in Central Africa for over 40 years. It's an
Endemic.
epidemic, or it's an
Endemic.
endemic within them. So they've been dealing with it.
Yeah, for over 40 years. Yes.
How, like, okay, I understand that we mingle amongst each others in this world now, but how in the world are these diseases keep coming over here? Like, what are y'all not doing,
Well,
Mr. President?
they're not vetting the people that actually go overseas to these places. People just don't go overseas for vacations. They go for special vacations as well. And when they
Exactly.
go for special vacations, they don't tell them specifically where they're going because, they have laws against that. So when they come from these special vacations back to America or Spain or wherever have you they go, they're not looked after properly. So they're able to spread around these diseases like that.
And then we got to suffer for it.
Yeah,
Then we got
yeah,
to suffer for it. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it.
yeah.
Like, I'm seriously over it because we can go back to a lot of diseases that have been basically linked to a certain type of people.
We ain't gonna talk
Now,
about it now. We ain't gonna
I
tell the
mean,
truth. Shh, shh, shh. They watching. Shh. They listening. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, come back. It's like a blip. Don't see. Look, told you about the blip. Don't do it now. You
but
can't
hold
tell
up, hold
people
up.
about the
Here's
bubble.
another point. Here's another point. But Flint still does not have clean water in 2022. But y'all over there worried about what a poor woman can do with her body.
And you're giving billions of dollars to the Ukraine. Leave me alone, Jesus.
Like, I'm
I'm
over
going to
it,
bed.
y'all.
No,
Like,
no,
there's so
I'm
many
going to
other
bed. I'm
things
going
that
to
could be
bed.
dealt with.
I'm going to bed. Good night. I'm going to bed. I'm over it. Good night.
Honey, at this point, I'm going to bed too. I'm
For
going to bed
real.
too.
And look, and let's talk about gas for a second and don't go nowhere else beside the bed, please.
Let's talk
Matter of
about
fact,
baby
let's just
formula.
all stay at home and go to the computer and to bed
To the
because
bed and
gas
to the
is
porch, and that's
$1,000
it.
an hour.
And how they feeding all these babies and making these women have when they ain't got no daggone baby formula. Let's talk about that as
Let's talk
well.
about that. How
Come
you
on.
gonna feed the babies now? Y'all want to ban the abortion right? Then, oh
They're trying to
yeah,
ban birth control. They're trying to
they're
ban birth
trying to
control.
ban birth control. Yes, they
I know
are.
y'all lying.
I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm telling the truth, girl. On my mama,
They're
on my
trying to
uterus,
ban birth
I'm telling
control.
the truth. They have an effect that the second that the Roe versus Wade statute is overturned, there are 28 states that are going to ban birth control. That's the pill, that's IUDs, that's the ring, that's these spermicides. They're even looking to ban condoms. Let's talk about that, people. So we're in effect forcing women to get pregnant anytime they have intercourse, and also forcing them to birth, not even give to birth these children. But we're not going to talk about that. Shh.
But
And
see,
then
that's
check
that.
on disease transmission onto that. So we just got a whole hot mess finna
Yeah,
evolve.
they
That's what
don't
it's
care
Yeah,
about that. They want these babies. They don't care about that. They
stirring
yeah.
don't
the
care
pot.
about your, they don't care about your genital warts, your herpes, your chlamydia, your staphylococcus. They don't care about none of that. They care about you getting pregnant and birthing these babies. You understand? That's all they care about. That's it.
Yep. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like we need to wipe out all of the old heads that's in Congress because they don't know how to think for the country anymore. They're thinking for themselves and their agendas. We need people up there that are innovators, that are trying to get this world moving forward, not trying to hold a certain select group of people back because that's what it feels like.
Can I can I put something out there real quick? Just a little something for the ladies. Gentlemen, I'm sorry that you have to hear this. This is for the lady. So, with this overturning of Roe versus Wade, that no longer gives us the right of bodily autonomy. That doesn't just go for women. That goes for men as well. You can't have sexist law. So if we lose our right to bodily autonomy, so do they. We as women need to come together to make laws to force men to have vasectomies until they are mentally, emotionally, financially, and mentally prepared to have children.
I'm sorry, but I agree. And I don't even
Sorry,
think that's anything bad. Like let's
it's
go
highly
with that.
reversible. It's a 2 second visit. 2 seconds. You can snip, snip. You're not having no babies. You go back, snip, snip. With the woman having tubal ligation, that is a very invasive procedure, and it's not easily fixed. Do you know how much a woman has to go through to undo a tubal ligation, especially when I'm tied, fried, and thrown to the side? Even though after 7 years they can't grow back, I'm just putting it out there anyway. I'm just saying, it's the logical thing for a man to have a vasectomy.
I
That's all.
agree.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. My apologies. Sorry, not sorry.
All right. So this subject, we may do a part two to this subject because there are some other things as well that I definitely want to research when it comes to this. So, but we're gonna move right along because this we can go all day on this, y'all. We could go all day. I mean, so we're gonna move right along with the next subject. Okay. Um, abandoned building abduction. So with this one, I have a video that I would like to share.
Uh-oh. Are we stuck? I think it
Seem
was
like
right for them parts. Did you hear about that, Destiny? About the
what?
woman from the abandoned building?
Mm-mm.
Man walking past heard her screaming. Soon as she come back, she gonna let it up.
All right, we back. So we start talking about heavy stuff. We get to swimming. So
I
hold
told
on.
y'all to hush.
Always. It never
I told y'all
fails.
to hush. Y'all ain't listening. I said hush. They was listening. Y'all ain't want to listen. I be trying to tell y'all. That red pill be
All right,
scary.
y'all. All right, check this out.
I've been doing that for days. This 36-year-old woman, who we are keeping anonymous, says she was walking to a neighborhood store early last week, but she ran into a man whom she's talked to before.
And I ended up bumping into him, and he was like, come here for a minute.
That's when the woman says the unthinkable happened.
He just grabbed me, and I'm trying to fight him, but can't fight him.
From there, the woman says the man took her into this abandoned house in the 119th block of South Eggleston.
He raped me twice. Then he sat up there. He left me up in there handcuffed and chained.
The woman says the man, who she thinks is in his 60s, took her to the basement and then dragged her to the attic.
Ankle chained up, handcuffed, just in there, just bounded.
Days after crying out for help, on Saturday night around 5:30,
as I got closer, I'm hearing boom, 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 help.
Just him hearing my cry, my call, because I've been doing that for days.
This 36-year-old woman, who we are keeping anonymous, says she was walking to a neighborhood store.
And that's what made me call the police.
Once he heard the cries for help, Hands Around the Hundreds community activist Antoine Dobine, also known as D-Ice, went live on Facebook.
I just located a girl inside this house. The police say she chained up.
Before police arrived on the scene, Antoine says he saw a man come from the vacant house.
He's got on a blue jean corduroy jacket. I don't know what type of pants. I'm gonna say he's about 5'8", 5'7".
After police rescued the woman from the house, she went to a local hospital to be checked out. She said she is filled with gratitude to Antoine for stepping in.
All right, y'all. So y'all see this situation.
That was nothing but God. For real.
All right, so let's wrap that back to Roe versus Wade. What if this lady would have became pregnant with this scalawag's child?
Was she having a baby?
Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all need to leave this situation alone.
All the way along.
We the people have the rights, and y'all are taking away our rights. But I'm just saying, this poor woman trusted somebody that she'd been talking to in the neighborhood, and he abducted her and chained her up. So in my notes, I have here that deserted properties are not only eyesores, but they are a place to conduct illegal activities and the guy that saved her, Antonio, he was just walking through the neighborhood when he heard her cries. Y'all, she said she had been doing it for days. She had been
Days.
hollering for days.
That was not. I promise that was God. I
That
promise
was nobody but God. Because that
you.
man
Nobody.
could have killed that lady.
Yeah.
Fact. But you know, I wonder how many people heard her screaming and did nothing.
Exactly. Because maybe they
How
didn't want to get into it. They felt like
Right.
it wasn't their business.
How can you, as a human being, do that? How can you hear someone that? And you can probably understand what that sounds like. That desperate, that desperation. Like, how do you ignore something like that as a as a person? How do you do that?
Mm.
How? That could be a child. Anything. It doesn't even matter who it is. It's like you hear someone crying for help that way, and you do nothing.
Yes. Let's get into these comments right quick. Let's see what the people got to say. Because I see we got somebody new in the building. Rush Regina. How are you?
It's my
Thank you for the
aunt
food.
Wendy. She was at the party, Brandy.
Hey, Auntie.
She made the good food now. The
Oh,
food.
come
Look.
on now. Hey, that food was awesome.
And
Thank
she
you.
said yes, awful, and to trust no one. I
Yeah.
Facts.
don't trust nobody further than my eye can see, and that's around this
Yes.
corner. Okay.
Yes.
And Miss Marjorie says, so sad. It's very disgusting. And then you tie it back in together, like you said. That child now does not have no idea who their daddy is. Now you have a mentally unstable child because they
Facts.
like asking all these questions. Why? That's if the mother ever tells the story that happened, as they're still traumatized.
I
Yes.
watched a story the other day. This woman, she was sexually assaulted and became pregnant, and she carried her baby and gave birth to the baby. And the girl who was the child said her mother, she looked exactly like the man that raped her. I mean, his entire face
Mm.
that poor child had. Like she was nothing of her mother. And the mother couldn't deal with it. And she gave the baby to the father's family. And that child suffered so many years of abuse. Like, you think that giving birth is like the thing to, you don't know the lives that a majority of these children lead. You really don't. I know a woman I went to high school with suffered years and years and years of abuse because her mother was sexually assaulted, and every day she wished she died. Every single day. And you
You
don't
don't know
know
what you're
the
putting people through.
psychological trauma that you're doing, and the psychological, emotional, like physical. You don't know what these kids go through because of your ideologies. What right do you have to that? Like, none whatsoever.
Exactly.
Exactly, none.
I am completely pro-life for myself. I am completely pro-choice for everyone else. That makes me pro-choice. I don't have the right to tell anyone what to do with their body. I don't know your circumstances, your situation. I know nothing of you. That's not my right as a person.
Right. And we have D says one of the reasons why I stay to myself. I wholeheartedly agree. People are not to be trusted so easily anymore. But
Mm-mm.
this subject, mm, it's one of those ones where I'm just glad this lady was saved, and they did take her to the hospital, and she
I'm
got
glad,
checked out. So we may
I'm glad
have an update
she's physically
later on.
okay. I'm glad she is physically okay.
Exactly. And we have Miss Desra in the building. Once again, happy birthday. Thanks for coming through,
Yes.
Wendy.
Okay.
Blessings, blessings on blessings. And I hope you really enjoyed it because I know I did. And it was just good to see great, powerful women in the building handling
Yeah.
business. Yes, yes. I love to see that. All right. Now we're going to move on with the next subject. Tatted Up Mommy, baby. So
I love
let,
you.
let's check out this situation at hand, y'all, because see, I can't fully explain it the way I need to without letting her
Say the
explain her
details,
side first. Let me let her explain her side first, y'all.
please.
Okay.
And I believe I'm going with a whole bunch of tattoos. I was laughing, but I see I'm gonna get that. Training first tattoo photo shoot at 6 months. My family was very upset. I get a lot of backlash. People say I'm raising as a too gangster. They're not used to seeing baby tattoos. And for the people that judge me, I don't care because this is a lifestyle that we enjoy. Dance machine. Ooh. What you wanna wear? This is Traylon, but most people know him as Nugget World, 521. He's a celebrity on TikTok. He made it to 1.5 million followers, and so we appreciate it. Hey, my name's Shanika, and my son Traylon temporary tattoos, and I enjoy putting them on. Traylon is 1 year old. Traylon have tons of clothes and shoes. He have over probably like 150 sneakers. He's a sneakerhead. Ooh, you fresh. You look good, man.
All right, y'all. Can we talk about this for a second? We're not going to go too far into the video for the simple fact that we already got the introduction to what's going on here. D, do you care to elaborate?
Please, because I wish I would even think about. Mari ain't never even had no sticker tattoo, let alone we got the whole body, we got the leg wrap. She probably done had some on his face, because I just knew in my whole soul that y'all ain't went to the tattoo shop for real. But the time and energy, from the looks of things, it looks like, from my observation, that they are looking for a way out. And I have dreadlocks, and my son is 2 years old, but if he had wigs, his hair wouldn't be that long. Let that baby be a baby and find your own way out. Mari ain't never had 150 pair of shoes. He is 2. I ain't never had 150 pair of shoes. Now, my mama, she might have 150 pair of shoes in that closet. However, let that kid be a kid, and he's a very handsome baby, but let him be a kid. It could be completely harmless, but the photo shoot, whether you were getting tatted or not, I watched the video and it sounded like she was. You have to take safety precautions when doing these things. Let that baby be a baby. There's other ways, you know what I'm saying? Let him be a baby model, but that's not my business. That's not my child. Those are her decisions, but it's not something I agree with. That's my opinion on it. I wish I would.
She said he like it. She said he a sneakerhead.
He can't talk. She's a sneakerhead.
Exactly. That's my thing. I'm trying to figure out, is this for you or is it for him?
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's adorable.
Yes,
and as a parent, I would never, because that's just my point of view. How she feels. I would never. I couldn't.
Okay, y'all, let's look at what she said right here in this post. I don't care how anyone view my parenting skills, but the more the world get upset, the more I'm going to keep putting nugget tattoos on him. He loves his temporary tattoos, so why not tat him the F up?
And see, this is my problem. Y'all know how I feel about people in the improper grammar. I don't care how anyone views my parenting skills, but the more the world gets upset, something is not all the way there, okay? English was my favorite subject. I don't think I know everything. Something is not all the way there. And then gonna check out my business page. So like I said, she's looking for a way out. And I would have been even interested. There goes my happy, beautiful son in there with no tattoos, okay? None. But that's her business. But I would be even interested to see her business page. That's what we should have pulled up. Like, what is your business? Because it sounds like you're attracting.
She's a fashion designer. She's a fashion designer. I looked it up. She's a fashion designer. Let's check out his page, because she definitely has her page connected to his. So as you can see,
does she make his clothes?
Does she what?
Does she make his clothes?
You know what? I was wondering the same thing. I haven't come across anything that says that. Um,
Maybe that's why she's doing the things that she's doing. Like she's promoting her clothing line through her son. And
Well, is
still,
she
like
gonna
using the
keep
child
him?
as a trope is just like that's just a no.
okay,
However,
let's look at this right here. Now, I'm not sure if she made all of them, but it looked like she made this one. Said, "Mr. My mommy made my clothes." So custom head wrap, custom outfit, custom turtleneck. So I can see where she probably is making some of them, but she's not making all of them.
And I'm not knocking anything anyone does, but invest in your business. Outfit is simplistic. I'm not sure if it's. I'm not gonna be that person today because some of the stuff look crooked, or she didn't straighten his pants out. She
I
can
was
do
talking
if
about my
she have the
business.
mindset to do this. Go talk to somebody. Go talk to. Well, I'm not gonna necessarily say like her grandma, but somebody who know how to work a sewing machine, so you can
Yeah,
truly invest and do what you want to do. Because you
yeah.
clearly had the platform. Because I bought Mari some Jordans last week. They was $60. My feelings was hurt. So you the 60. Let's do some math here. 60 times 150.
Hmm.
That's $9,000. And you sitting up here telling me, okay, bless his heart. And he's a handsome little baby.
He's adorable.
Okay, this says outfit made by mommy once again. So look like she made that one.
It's a cute little outfit. Just
Yes, and I'm like thinking
stop using
about the winner.
So she looked like she's making some of the outfits. Let's see. Don't say anything about she made that one. But let's go over. Let's check her page out for a second. Let's go over here to her page because mommy is definitely tatted to the T, baby.
Did she really get a tattoo when she was pregnant with him? Or was that just for show?
I
She
don't
said a
know.
shoot, but people was like, if you finish watching the video saying her baby was gonna have ink poison and all of that stuff,
Child.
like I wouldn't put it past her. Let that baby
Mm,
be a baby, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, I some of the stuff is to me like okay, I get it, but some of it is a bit much in my opinion. Like I don't see nothing wrong with this. You having a photo shoot, boom, bam, boom. Long as you didn't get no real tattoo while you were pregnant, And these are just my opinions because you can do what you want to do with your body once again. But let's
That,
do think about the baby though. Let's think about the baby. Let's
that's
think about the
undue
baby.
stress. That's undue stress. You chose to carry that baby to term. That's undue stress put upon your child. That's not cute.
So it looked
However,
like she probably had tattoos before she even got pregnant, though, because she looked like she loved her tattoo.
Yeah, she mentioned that she really likes tattoos, but you can't force that on no child who can't even. Mark can't
Exactly.
even tell me like if he likes something or not. He will just push it away. So of course, if we put a sticker on a baby and it looks different, they might look at it or try to pick at it. But there ain't no way that he told you that he liked tattoos,
And
unless
you
he
know
started
what?
talking extremely early.
And baby mama is out there, baby. She is out there. She is not playing. She
It's
she
giving
was
OnlyFans. Y'all know I'm upset. I do not like this. I do not
ooh,
like this. I'm a
girl,
mother.
Woo,
ooh, I'm a,
baby.
She's
So
doing that for clout. I'm telling y'all, it's
yes,
not
very much so, very much so, and it's
yeah.
not attractive at
giving
all.
very much on the ugly corner for me. I'm sorry. Y'all know how I feel about a mother being a mother and present like certain stuff.
Woo.
You
Like
just
if
don't do
I'm
it.
not just
You
saying
just
I
don't
wear
do
anything, but if I have Mari, I'm not just gonna be not that I just be hanging out anyway, because I'm very classy. Feel me? Whatever. But certain stuff I'm not gonna wear if I got my kid.
Yeah.
It's a hot
I
girl
agree with
summer, but
that.
we ain't gotta let it all hang out and stuff like that. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
let's
it. Have
everything
some
ain't meant to be
decorum.
seen on the
Have,
internet.
have
Come
some
on
decorum.
now.
Okay, have some
Yes,
decorum.
honey.
That's all.
Yes. Let's see what the people are saying in the comments, honey. Woo.
Okay. Mama D says, you lady, you're the best. All of the ladies are still excited. They are very much still excited. and you tell
Awesome.
them at your establishment that they need to put y'all on a billboard with that as the video. Okay, okay, mama.
Yes.
Uh, Wendy says the money will build an awesome college fund. I'm telling you,
Yes.
if he's
Yes.
one and he have 9 bands worth of shoes, multiply that. I still have my calculator open. Times 18. That's $162,000. So you can go wherever you want to go at this point. You only need about, depending on where you go, 120 if you're doing everything out of pocket. But it's giving she can still get a Pell Grant because I did. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Not
Totally
over.
ridiculous. Let
Yes.
them children be children because
Yes.
I wanted to be
Yes.
grown so bad. Now look at
Yes.
me crying so bad because it's my turn to pay the bills. Once again, it's my time once again.
Yes.
And Mama D said, LOL on the shoes, that's 3 pair per year at 150.
Come
I wish
on
I
now.
would. I don't even about my shoes. I catch everything on sale. I must really love you. It's gonna be on sale or afterpay if it's above 150 on them shoes. I don't care how you feel or what you think about it. But some things I just can't see myself willingly doing. Cause like I said, Mari shoes start at $60 when it comes to the Jordans. Okay. So no, he don't get them all the time. Cause guess what? His foot just keep going like this.
And he's a guy, so he's gonna have a big foot.
And guess what? And he's gonna turn them over and run them into the sidewalk and all that stuff and get them messed up. So don't be mad. You feel me? Like with clothes and toys and certain stuff you buy, if you know it's a possibility, he finna go play in the mud. Don't get mad at that baby because you chose to spend that money on them shoes, knowing good and well that that baby like to go play in the mud, in the dirt.
I hate parents that do that. They will send their kids to the park in their good dad clothes. Don't run around, don't get dirty. What, this is a park. What you want them to do? Sit still?
Exactly.
It's some Air Force Ones. Mari, he had some Air Force Ones when he wasn't even walking. And guess what? I was okay with that because them shoes wasn't touching the ground. And I was
Period.
able to bless somebody else with them.
Yes.
Please, please. I could go on for days. My sister
Well,
says,
I got 4 of them.
I'm a sneakerhead and I don't have 150 shoes. Not saying it won't happen because the route I'm going, it might. LOL. But as of now, no. But that's too much for a baby because what you gonna do in 2-3 months? Because I
Priorities.
Honey, you
start
don't
buying a
know.
size ahead so I can have some breathing room.
Yes.
Make
I'm
me
telling you
sick.
now. My nephew is 14 years old and he like in a size 9 for men. Okay. So you might as well get ready, honey. I mean, if you got the money to do that, that's fine. But still, let's think about being more progressive. I mean, I don't know if she seemed like she's breeding him to be an influencer, but you'll never know what happened in this world. But I'm just saying, let's also think, you know,
Why not take some of the money
in
and
the future.
invest it in something? Invest it somewhere. All that money spent on sneakers, invest that in like property, maybe.
That's what I'm with. Come on
I'm
with the
just
property now.
invested in property, some stocks, some bonds, some CDs. Those are still relevant nowadays. Like, do something productive with that money.
Yeah.
And this another thing. You said Brandy breeding him to be an influencer. Okay, this a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, probably. But all of these kids I've worked at the Boys and Girls Club, not saying that it specifically sits with those children, but those children are in lower economic status. The program 9 times out of 10 is free. They do gain a lot from going to the Boys and Girls Club, okay? But they be so fly and stuff. But not all the kids, some of the kids be requiring extra tutoring or have been held back. Let's take the money off of them shoes and put them on a tutor. Because my
Girl,
baby
Yes.
gonna be dressed
Come on
nice
with
in
it.
whatever he wears, whether it be
Come
from
on with it.
Walmart, thrift store, Hibbett's, Plato's Closet, anywhere, hand-me-downs, and he's gonna know how to read. He's gonna know his ABCs, and he's gonna know and be knowing how to behave instead of worrying about what he looks like. It's gonna be what's in his head as well. Y'all done got me started today.
But
you don't
hold
know how.
up. You telling the truth. Because if your child has a negative GPA and they got all the Jordans,
That's all.
baby.
I'm going to
No,
bed. Good night.
no, no,
And good night.
no.
And good night.
My
But I'm
mama
I know,
saying,
said,
girl. I know people that have their daughters. They weaves cost like a car note. Their nails cost insurance money. Their clothes cost 6 months rent, and they getting D's and F's in school and fighting every day. And for
no,
what? For what?
no.
You being some bobos and my granny's moo. You understand? You got me
Bobo and Momo is your friend, baby. Yeah.
period. Period. Looking a whole ratchet, ungodly mess until you were embarrassed enough to get your life together. I'm coming to school and I promise you, with one sneaker, one flip flop, my hair in 6 rollers, a holy roll every day to sit with you in class until you get it together. I promise you, I will.
I mean, some of these children are too privileged, and they don't have their mind right. They're not being made to mind. Grown-ups have respect or do their school lesson. Like all this stuff that some of these children have, that's for a privilege. When they do something
yeah,
good, then you give it
something you
to them.
earn.
Yeah.
People are worried about appearances. Appearances are everything. Look at how many of these women are going to get BBLs, getting their faces done, their boobs, and what these men doing. These men are now getting tattoos of 6 packs. It's hectic out here. People are more concerned with their outer image than their inner soul. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Yes, girl, the one guy 6 pack lines was off, but the hair it was tragic. It was horrible. It was bad. It was horrible. But that's what they're doing now. Like all people care about is this shell. That's all they're
Yeah.
concerned with. This
Yeah.
shell. They are
Yeah.
not concerned with who they are, their characters, their morality. They're
Yeah.
not concerned with that. That's not what people are taught to care about anymore. I
Yeah.
got this many followers. I'm beefing with
Yep.
this one. I look better than you. It's not, I am an educated being. I am a soulful person. I am trying to do this for the betterment of not only myself, my community, and the people ahead of me. No one is concerned about that. We have lost that in all communities, not just the Black community, in all communities. And it's
Yeah.
horrible,
But
horrible.
see, it is, but that is where my heart lie. My heart lie in changing the narrative in our community and changing the lives of others. So I'm gonna stay on my path. I know that it's probably like 1,000 of them and one of me, but there's some other people that also think the way I do. We all are not out here on that foolishness. So, honey, we just got to keep putting in the work, y'all. They're gonna see it one way or another.
You got to
They're
think
gonna
about it
see
like
it.
this. The one person you talk to talks to one person who talks to one person. So your one conversation reaches 1,000 ears you don't even know about. So that right there is doing the work. You
Fact.
know what I'm saying? That's doing the work. It ain't out here pontificating. It's honestly having conversations with one person at a time. You change one mind, you change 10,000 minds.
Fact. All right, y'all. It look like we got two comments, D. Let's check those out, and then we're gonna move right along to our next subject because this subject is something that we need to hit on before we exit the building.
Let's not get on social. Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Mama D shot out for that comment though. I'm gonna hold
Miss
you.
Margaret said, "What are they teaching the children? They teaching them that it's cool to be fly."
They're
Yes.
teaching
And I ain't gonna say that they don't be knowing how to read, but you know what I'm saying?
Some
Like,
of them don't.
be in
barely.
competition, worried about who child flyer, but we're gonna get it all the way around the table over here.
Yes,
We're
right.
going to do both because it's also cool and hip to be smart because that's
Yes.
money too, and that's
What
money
does
that you
Sesame
don't have
Street
to
say?
spend.
What does Sesame Street say? It's hip to be a square. Yes,
All
it's hip to
right,
be a
That's
square.
right. But and
I
if
took
you
it back
look
to
in our
Sesame Street.
background, honey, that is a library full of knowledge. Honey, knowledge is the
read to your kids. I had to
And that
start reading
goes
to Mari. He will bring me books. Read to them children.
that goes back to generational curses. Black people were not allowed to be educated. We have to think about these things, people. We are
yeah,
still living in generational trauma. We have to overcome that stuff. We
that's
really
right.
do. We really, really do.
And my mama said, let's not get on social media exposing our entire body for 2 likes. How about, mama? I'm going to adjust this one. So, how about, let's say you have a picture like this, you feel me? You might get 2 likes. You have a picture, let it hang all out. You getting 2,000 likes. That just shows that you're really ugly.
Facts. Come
You
on now.
actually really ugly, and people are only looking at what they see. And your face probably wasn't even showing in the picture because you too big trying to show off you behind. Let's keep it moving.
And I ain't
Which
trying to be funny. Oh, hey, Shanada. Shanada's in the building.
yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny, but little Nugget Mama was letting it all hang out.
And wasn't getting that many likes as her son, so we're gonna move right along because I be trying to be very cordial on the
Listen,
show.
listen, we trying to let her calm down now. She got to.
Cause
Let me
like
stop
y'all,
this.
my face don't normally just be jacked up on here, but my
Look
eyebrows
at her
can't seem
eyebrows,
to
bro.
part.
Your
They
eyebrows.
cannot seem to part. Okay,
Rub
it
it.
just go
Rub
right
it.
back. Cause
Just
I'm
rub
low. Cause I'm
it.
a young mother, and I'm sure she's around my age, and so I'm disgusted. I got people my age, even if they do go out, they not even doing all of that. Chanel said, "Each one reach one." Y'all teach these children, man.
Yes.
That's what my pastor always tells us.
Yes.
Readers are. Come on now.
Readers. Come on with
Let's
it.
go to the next topic because I'm mad.
All right. Well, let's address it. Let's get right into it. School shootings. We have been plagued with another school shooting today, y'all. Like, this has to stop. At this point in time, you know, government has to step up and do something. It makes no sense that these children are losing their lives over young, privileged people who can't control their attitudes and they're not being taught anything at home. Let's take a quick pick at the one who did it. Mr. Salvador Roma, 18 years old, is now deceased, revealed as gunman who hurt at that point in time. It was 14 children and a teacher at an elementary school in Texas after getting gunned down by the officers. But I have an update because it was more than just that amount of children. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pull it up. But this is a situation that I'm tired of hearing about it, y'all. I'm tired of it. Update: the Texas Senator Roland Gutierrez just confirmed to CNN that it was 18 children and 3 adults that were hurt and deceased in this shooting today, y'all. Pure terrorism. Can we talk about the real terrorists of this country?
And while they want to overturn Roe versus Wade, we're not going to talk about we all the time back in it. We not.
So, listen.
I done had it tonight. I just done had it tonight.
That is why they want to overturn. They want to breed white, and because he's white passing. He is not an Afro Latino at all. He is very white passing. You would think he was Italian or some Armenian to be all white in the eyes of society.
Yeah.
This is why, this is what they want to breed. This is what the replacement theory is all about, them breeding beings. I won't call them people because people don't behave this way. Humans don't behave this way. So these beings are what they want to breed and give birth to.
But thing is, here in Talladega County, you can't go to BB Comer, you can't go to Sylacauga, you can't go to Nicholas Law, you can't go to none of these schools and get in without them buzzing you in.
Same here in Philly.
So why was he allowed to get in that school like that? This right here.
Mayonnaise, Mom.
We've got to get strict in this country at some point in time. Like I said, it's time to just wipe out a lot of these people that's sitting in these high places because y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't doing nothing to protect us anymore. And then let's not talk about these gun laws because now anybody can get a gun and tote it freely. So, and one thing that I brought up today when I was at the barbershop is that the people that are making these laws, they're setting it up for the young people, and I'm just going to speak about Black people because I'm Black, They setting it up for them to get these guns and hurt and kill one another because they will not be caught in these neighborhoods after dark. Do you hear me?
Absolutely.
Do
Hmm.
you
During the
hear me?
daytime, what you mean?
Yeah, during the daytime too.
They ain't going.
There was a
Listen,
there
they
was a
not.
whole shootout at the let out at the school, not 12 blocks from me. Three people, three teenagers, two 16-year-olds and a 15-year-old were killed at 3:15 in the afternoon.
It's sad.
Day
It's sad.
before that, day before that, two other teens got killed. Day before that, it don't matter time, day, night, weekend, holiday. It doesn't matter. They just why are they killing each other like this? Why are these kids killing each other like this?
Because they have access to all of these firearms. And
I
we
mean,
didn't bring them
that's
over
a
here and
firearm
drop them off.
too. But it's what would make you think? What is going on in your brain that makes you think that you want to go and just get a gun and slaughter people that have done nothing? You don't even probably know these people.
And then he also shot his poor grandmother. So that
Yes,
goes back to one of the other shows when we was talking about respect. These
child.
young children don't have no respect for our elders at all. When
They have
if
no
you had
respect.
any sense, you would know they are the ones who laid out the path for you from the get-go. They put up with all of that stuff back in slavery for us to even have a place in this earth at this point in
Mhm.
time. And y'all don't even understand the foolishness that you're doing. Like if the ancestors could come back, baby, it would be a sad
A
situation.
whole lot of whooping going on because that's what's not going on is folks is not disciplining their children, they're not raising their children. I'm not
Yes,
speaking against the grandma. These children are being neglected simply because I'm not blaming COVID because it was going on before then.
it
Y'all letting
was.
these teachers raise y'all kids. Y'all not spending no time. Y'all not saying, sitting down, having, hey, how was your day? Is everything okay? Do you need to talk about anything? Or if the child do
Exactly.
have something going on, you judging the children like you ain't never did nothing wrong before in your life. Y'all need to stop that.
That's why
Exactly.
Y'all
my
need to stop that right now.
Yes.
kids are my
Yes.
best friends. I have yes ma'am, no ma'am children. I don't play games like that. I spend more time with my kids in a little bit. They respectful. I don't play about my kids. And that's what's lacking in these children. No one has time for them. No one teaches them anything. No one guides them anywhere. They are left to the wolves and they
They're
fend for
forced to
themselves.
grow up early.
They live off
Shouldn't have to
survival,
be
not
kid.
love.
Shanada said, LOL, I'm back, y'all. And she also said that Lord, 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 how they keep getting in these schools.
Hmm.
Exactly. My point exactly. These darn kids. Exactly. Like what is really going on? So are they not buzzing in and being watched on camera? Exactly. Like it's 2022, baby. A camera can be put in sunglasses now. Come on, y'all. Come on, schools. What are y'all doing? What are
Did
y'all
he
doing?
go to school? Was he known at the school? Did people know him? Was this like a random school that he just went to? Or was he known at the school? Because I know if you're known at the school, they'll just buzz you in.
I mean, listen, he had to have the
Some kind of
firearm
access.
out. Like, I don't, well, it was a
All them
handgun,
people,
so it
like,
could
what
have had
kind
to put up. It could have been concealed.
he
But
must have had a
He had
50 drum then. Because I know
they
exactly.
he ain't
had
killed
a
all them
gun,
people with a 30.
and he had a rifle. They said, is that the one they said he might have had a rifle as well?
Yeah, they said he might have had a rifle.
So how
Shanada
do you
said
get a gun
time is
and a rifle then?
everything. Y'all, these people got to get it together. Y'all supposed to be, when them children in y'all care, they should be protected. Period. Point blank. Parents are
Hmm.
trusting you with their child when they enter that building. They are there to learn. They shouldn't be having to learn tactical practices from the military just to get an education.
And we
Um,
had, when I was in high school, we had I know Officer Kidd was there and Officer Brown was at school. Like, it was going to be a police at that school,
We had three.
regardless.
We had one on
uh,
every floor.
Mama said that D, you are right.
Thank you, Miss
Exactly.
Marjorie. They have got me, the media have got me upset today, so I had to tell it like it is.
Yes. And Shanada said, even if he's known, it ain't adding up. Come on
Mm.
now. Tell it like it is. So they got to do something, y'all. They got to do something. These children, it's so many things bombarding these children, and it's a bunch of negativity. Like, where is the positive stuff? Because when I was coming up, we had a little program at the rec called Just Say No. Then we had a free lunch. Then we went home. That gave your parents time to get themselves together for the day, gave you time to learn something, and then also hang out with your friends. We were not on a tablet 24/7. Okay. We was out here learning, doing things.
Do they have the funds for those kind of programs anymore? Do they have the
Then they
people
just
for
send
those kind of programs
Ukraine
anymore?
$2 zillion. Yes, they got
God,
the money.
what Tupac say? They got money for war but can't feed the poor. What Tupac say?
These are the facts. We know what the money is there. It's just that we are not being able to access it because they have snatched it away from us, and they doing whatever they want to do with it. That's why a lot of times, if you see these people that's up in Congress, they don't have to worry about money because they using our taxpayer dollars to do whatever they want to do. Baby, they flying, they're going on vacation, they're doing whatever they want to do. Where the poor common person have to work 7 days a week, and if they ask for a day off, they want to fire them. That ain't right.
They give free health care for life on our dime, while we have to fight for the right to access the health care. But go on.
Okay. And insurance is high.
Insurance is very high.
I switched companies and I had to start paying my own insurance. I said, this is what my mama was going through?
Girl, yes.
Add $300 for a dependent? Excuse me?
Do you know how much insulin costs? Do you know how much heart medications cost? Do you know how much Wellington costs? Regular people have to pay out of pocket for these costs, while they live off of our government-issued taxes for the rest of their lives. Their family as well. Let's not talk about that, though. Their wives and kids, they get all that for free off of us.
I'm a diabetes health coach, and for me to have to discontinue a program because, the only two qualifications for the health coaching is, you're type 2 diabetic and be taking, one of the list of medication. They're like, well, I hope this savings card works because my insurance won't cover it, and it's $800. That's for 1 month. No, ma'am. These people need to be able to manage their diabetes because it's possible. It ain't got to be that high.
People have been going over to Canada to get insulin.
Yep.
And they caught those people and prosecuted those people. They had to go to another country to get medication that costs cents on the dollar to produce. They could sell insulin for like $1.50. The profit, though, there is profit in the sick, profit in the ill. People will pay whatever money they can, their last cent, for the medication. They know that.
Yeah. And it's a sad situation.
And as bad as it sounds, I said, if I do anything healthcare related, I will always be able to find a job.
Sure enough.
That was my reasoning.
Facts. Sure enough. Those are the facts. Listen.
I'm about to go back to the hospital right now. Shoot.
We'll talk because, I said it makes sense to start a business where you can write stuff off from the government when it concerns Medicare, Medicaid, or any form of insurance, because they taxing real hard. Y'all, we're going to leave that where it's at, and we're going to go on with this last subject before we end this live. But we definitely got to hit these little pointers on this last subject that we have, and it's one of my faves. Relationship do's and don'ts. If you have a do or a don't, put it in the comment right now so we can go ahead and put this out there so people can understand what it is to have a relationship do or don't. Now, I personally have I have 3 don'ts I want to add. And yes, that is thunder. Don't take your partner for granted. Don't go to bed angry. And don't give up on important things.
Destiny's face. Destiny's face. I couldn't get past the face. It was the face for me.
Don't do
and the silence.
anything, whether present or not, that you wouldn't want me to do to you.
Facts.
Fact. Fact.
Facts. Facts.
Major fact.
Big facts, not little facts.
Big fact. Don't ever stop
Learn.
communicating. Don't stop communicating. Don't stop comprehending. Communication and comprehension are two different things. You can communicate without being able to comprehend.
Also, learn to compromise in a relationship. Baby, it ain't always about you. Every single time, every single situation, you can't make everything about you. Like, lose a battle sometime. Let the other person win. Let the other person win a battle every now and then. Because it can't always be about you.
Yes. Try to see things from the other person's perspective and not your own. Not
Yeah.
everyone thinks the same way. Not everyone processes information the same way. People are allowed to have differences of opinion and we can agree, disagree.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let's see what the people are saying in the comments. Um, Dee said, "Don't try to be slick behind my back because I'm going to find out." Come on, baby. A woman's intuition is so serious. Please don't do something
I
that.
found out things years later. It ain't even a joke, okay? It ain't a joke, and I
Come
called it,
on
and I
now.
wasn't mad because I did.
Come on now. Come on now. Shanalda said, "Do show me love and affection and definitely do take time for me."
I like that.
Exactly. Exactly. You can't be out here doing everything else except for reeling it in at home, baby. You got to think about home. You got to have time for the significant other, honey.
Yeah.
Shanada also says, "Do be humble and sit down."
All the way down.
Kendrick said it best. Sit down. Be
Period.
humble.
I'm talking about sit down, baby. Sit down sometime. All right, I got another one. Don't allow jealousy and insecurities to overcome you. Give your partner some breathing space. Let them be able to have their time. Okay. Don't let your insecurities spill on over in the relationship. Okay. Because a lot of the times when you doing something, that's when you always accusing somebody of doing something.
How about this? Don't allow the actions of others to affect your perception of the person in front of you.
Yes.
Because everyone is an individual. Everyone acts and behaves differently. Don't judge the person that you're with on someone else's action.
Yes. 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 And how about do allow yourself to be vulnerable? Talk it out. Be for real. Speak your true feelings. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mama D said, "Don't suffocate each other. You can miss something that's never gone. Oh, you can't miss something that's never gone. Come on,
Talk
She
about it, my
always be
friend.
like, don't always be available. I call my mom sometimes throughout life, and that's one thing she always said. You know, even if you're like not busy, and be busy sometimes.
come
Mm-hmm.
on now."
Mm-hmm.
D said, "Don't be under your homeboys or friends all day, every day." Exactly, baby. Have a cutoff time, baby. Cutoff time 5 o'clock.
5A to 5P, cause that's what it be. I ain't even finished it up here and lie. I done seen it done before.
Shanada said, "Lord, do trust or don't be together." Exactly. If you don't have trust, baby, just don't do it. Don't do it. Let it be. You go your way and let the other person go theirs, honey. Nobody got time to be fussing about, well, I called you, I was at the store. Let it be now. Just let it be. Shanada said, "Absence makes the heart grow fonder." Exactly. We know it, and it's the truth. Des, don't look like that.
She calling you out, sis.
Y'all know if anything, if my mouth don't say it, my face gonna say a few things.
How about this? Do remember that small things matter. the little things. Sometimes the best thing to be is simplistic.
And I have another one. Do know when to keep some thoughts to yourself. And it ain't what you say sometimes, it's
It's how you
how
say
you
it.
say it. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Shanada said, yes, they do matter. So, anybody else got anything else? D, you looking like you got some things on the brain, but you're not gonna bring them to the forefront right now.
It's not
She
about
gonna
what
mama
you say, it's
me.
about how you say it. Okay.
Your face is saying a lot, baby. Though your face, turn your face off. Turn your face off. Turn it
MB
off.
said, I agree with all of y'all. I know that's right, Mama. And Shannon said, yes, yes, yes. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh one stirs it up. Come on.
All the way up.
You know what to say.
She said a word.
And she did say a word. And once again, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to our show. We went a little lengthy tonight for our viewers, but we wanted to hit some things. But Dee, do you have some encouraging words for the people tonight?
Y'all go home and raise y'all kids. And Mama, come get your grandson.
Plug. Public service announcement.
Period. Plug. Okay. And parents, when you need a break, take one because it's about that time. Okay.
Yes.
About
Take
that time.
a break.
Yeah.
Sunshine, do you have some words of encouragement for the people?
As always, love on your babies and today, love on yourself more too. You deserve it. Parenting is a hard thing to do. It's a 24/7. You take a break for yourself. You deserve it. And as always, blessings on blessings. Always.
And Shanada said, great show as always, babies. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. And Mama D said, Friday.
Period. Mari, tell everybody bye-bye.
All right, Mari. We'll see you guys later. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys
Say bye.
next Tuesday.